Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kimberly and I'm a neurobiologist by training. I actually have my PhD, but I actually really like fashion, and I particularly am now, after so many years of school, I'm finally pursuing this creative side that I've let go for so long. And so you'll find little bits of styling, sustainably of course, the occasional thrift haul, the thrift flip, knitting, crocheting, jewelry making, anything that is crafting, I guess you could say. Healing my inner child by doing all these things. But thanks. Today we are going to chat about knitting. Particularly, I finally knitted my first ever piece that isn't just a basic scarf, because I feel like everyone starts off with making scarves and then you try to read a pattern and then you realize that you don't know anything about knitting. And so this year, 2025, one of my goals was to try to work through a simple pattern, and I came across one on TikTok. I'm inserting her name here. I believe this is called the Sophia off the shoulder top, and it's supposed to be super beginner friendly. And so I decided that I had some yarn laying around. Let's get this top sorted. And I also had needles. I've never really understood how to knit in the round, so using circular needles, the needles that are connected. And I was just trying to use what I had. I wasn't trying to go outside and buy anything else except maybe the pattern, any extra yarn if I needed it, etc. So this is just going to be a really chatty video of my overall thoughts on how I thought the process went, ending with how I styled the top. So here's the top right here. She is stunning. I used 4 balls of yarn that were in a navy blue, this darker color. I have thoughts. So essentially I had 4 things of blue yarn laying around, 100% acrylic. I'm inserting a picture of what that looks like here. I'm sorry it's 100% acrylic. As I said, I wanted this to be low pressure. Whatever I had laying around, I had gotten these from the Joann's 40% off sale, and it was craft yarn, $1 each, so 60 cents. So 60 times 4, wow, I can't, $2.40 spent to make up most of it. And then I tried it on and I didn't like where the fold fell on my body. So I decided that I need to get more yarn, but I wasn't trying to go to Joann's again because obviously it's closing. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have found it. So I went to a local store in Cambridge called Gather Here. Amazing. That was my first time going into the shop. Would highly recommend. Not only do they have knitting supplies, they have sewing supplies, quilting supplies, etc., crafting kits. They have classes. Would highly recommend going if you're in the area. And they basically have classes every day, which is amazing. So check it out. I thought I had gotten the right yarn, but if you look closely, there's obviously a difference in color, but I honestly don't mind it. I think it gives some visual interest other than, oh, this is an amazing top and I made it, but also just gives it something, an extra bit of flavor. My overall thoughts on the pattern, it was very easy to follow. If you're familiar with the basic stitches, super straightforward. I learned how to do the leaning right stitch and the leaning left stitch, and I looked up a YouTube video. Super easy. What was difficult for me in terms of following it was like, how do I cast on stitches when I already have stitches? And so as you can see here, this doesn't look as pretty. Look at that gaping hole right there. but that's in the armpit, and hopefully no one's looking at my armpit when I'm wearing this. So things like that where I know it'll take, hopefully the next time I remake this, it'll be a bit easier. I just need to watch more YouTube videos to figure out how to cast on stitches later on. That was look, another one. I don't know what the hell I did. But essentially, it's not bad. You can also do it. I just did the basic knitting stitch all around. You could also do a rib stitch, so one knit, one purl. That's what's recommended in the pattern, which I will also put down in the comments box below, so you can check it out. And oh, I forgot to talk about the price of the pattern. So the pattern itself, I think, was $8 US. So $8 US, $2.40 worth of 4 yarn from Joann's, so $10.40. And then this ball of yarn, which I got from Gather Here, which is 100% wool in another shade of blue, was $12. So altogether, a $22.40. I made that top, $22.40. Not bad with materials I already had. This will probably be awful to wear as the weather gets hotter, but while it's still in the 50s, 60s and getting warmer, maybe I could get away with wearing this until I can't anymore. But definitely will be pulling out this piece in the fall. It was actually very easy to make. I think the most difficult part was obviously this top part where you have to increase stitches and then eventually make the armhole, which took a little bit more brain power than I thought I would need to use. But also I'm a novice, so learning these things are just part of the process. And I think I told myself, the perfectionist in me, that I would allow myself to just try and not keep on frogging the piece and aiming for a perfect piece, because then I'm just going to spend a million years trying to perfect something that I should just be enjoying the process with. So all in all, I would highly recommend this pattern for anyone that's trying to get into knitting. Incredibly easy to follow, super simple. And basically you can make it as long or as short as you want. I'm pretty sure you could even extend this long enough into a dress. And just to give you, I did this in the extra small range, so that's just to give you an idea of, and I'm like 5'2" for height. But all in all, highly recommend trying this out if you're trying to get into knitting. And also recommend learning how to do stretchy bind-offs, because I didn't do that for the armholes. So I just need to stretch it out by wearing it. Or I'll probably learn how to block, which also seems very intimidating, and I don't have the equipment to do that, and I don't want to spend money on the equipment. So if you have any recommendations on how to do that in a cost-efficient manner with things basic household items, please let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, the fun part, this is how I styled the top. I definitely think I need to block this. I'm gonna try to use my steamer because you can see it's annoyingly rolling up, but it's okay. She's still cute. I paired them with some long baggy trousers from Depop. I don't remember the brand because the tag was ripped off, but they still look great. And then also my trusty Sambas. I probably should hem these pants because they're dragging on the floor, but I don't mind it, honestly. And then this black shoulder bag from Oak and Fort. Spen. Oh, and my earrings are from the brand Mikakumi from Etsy. They're very lightweight. You can obviously add more bits, but I'm lazy, so this is what I'm gonna do. But I'm pretty happy with how this top came out. I definitely will remake this in 100% cotton so I can try to wear something similar as the weather gets warmer, because it's a very cute top. So I would highly recommend. It only took me a week and a few days to make altogether, and that's accounting for knitting a couple hours every day. I'm sure you could knock this out if you're a faster knitter than I am. because, again, I'm just an amateur. But this is the look. I'm quite happy with this piece. And let me know what you think. Let me know if you try it out. And if you do, tag me in your post. I'd love to see how it turns out for you. And if you're a new knitter, we're in this together. Bye.